Chapter 5. The Robbers on the Run. As midnight struck, the two robbers were racing away over the dark muddy fields in their hobnail boots, churning up great clods of earth in their wake and ruining the farmers' crops. The biscuit tin gleamed in the thin moonlight as they threw it to and fro like a rugby ball. But it wasn't rugby they were playing. It was the game of crime, and the score was Lamonic Bibber Robbers 1 billion, Heroes United 0. Oh, what a terrible, terrible night. The robbers dashed, and their teeth gnashed, and the rain lashed, and the thunder crashed, and the lightning flashed, and the puddles splashed, and the pigs in the field went oinkety oink. Yes, the pigs went oinkety oink. And as they raced along, Billy Williams started up with a song, and Mr. Gum joined in, and if you'd been out on the fields that night, the blood would have frozen in your veins to hear it, and even just reading it on this page, you might feel a little bit chilly, for it was the famous and utterly terrifying Robber's Song. The Robber's Song.
When the wind is high and the moon is low, and the earth is full of dead men's bones, here we come creeping in darkness, creeping, creeping along. When rats and foxes are prowling around, and night closes in like a demon's claw, here we come into your house, creeping, creeping along.
Chorus.
Wiggle, 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 a wiggly woo. Bing, bong, tiddle, and a yoo-hoo-hoo. Then turn around and touch your toes. Robin, 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 Robin tonight. When despair comes knocking and there ain't no hope, and the ghosts of the past are rattling their chains, here we come with our hobnail boots, creeping, creeping along.
Chorus.
Ricky-ticky-tick, a ricky-ticky-tack. Jingle, jingle, pingle, dingle, wingle, wingle, wing. Jingle, dingle, pingle, we'll fancy that. A bing, bong, tiggle, and a yoo-hoo-hoo. We're a robbing tonight. Yeah.
Right, said Mr. Gum, when the song was done. The lightning lit up his face horribly, so you would have sworn he was the devil himself, or maybe the devil's equally bad brother, Geoffrey.
You'll be light soon, and everyone will spot us and catch us into prison, continued Mr. Gum. We got to get off to France.
Don't worry about that, me old billionaire,
replied Billy William, getting out his mobile phone.
I'm calling Monsieur Bellybutton right now.
Oh, yes, smiled Mr. Gum. Bellybutton, the smelliest man alive.
Many miles away, a dirty, dirty hand picked up the phone, and a horrible stench wafted into the Lamonic Bibber night, faint but unmistakably disgusting. For you see, Monsieur Bellybutton was so niffy you could actually smell him all the way down the line from Paris. After a muttered conversation in bad French, Billy put down the phone. Then he threw it at a horse for a laugh.
It's all arranged, he told Mr. Gum. We got away down in Smuggler's Cove for Bellybutton to row from Paris. Then we jump in his boat and row back to France. Then we change our names, learn French, and live like powerful kings.
I'm going to change my name to Monsieur le King de la Powerful de la Gum Gum, said Mr. Gum, as they clomped off for Smuggler's Cove.
And I'm going to be Monsieur le King Fantastic de la Butcher de la Billy de la French Toast de la Powerful, said Billy William.
And I'm going to buy the Eiffel Tower,
laughed Mr. Gum. And then I'm going to smash it to bits and put a massive statue of a cockroach.
By now the sun was coming up, shining miserably through the grey clouds, and casting a thin grey light over everything as if there were no joy left in the world, and all the footballs had been punctured. Tendrils of mist swirled around the robbers' legs as they came to a wind-swept cliff-top. It was Hangman's Leap, and lordy, it was a wretched place. The cliff face was steep and rocky, and some of the rocks looked a bit like the face of murderers. Others looked like the faces of thieves or plumbers. Seagulls flew overhead, but not nice ones like in paintings. Hangman's Leap attracted only the most dismal seabirds, with one eye and scraggy old feathers, and bits of string hanging off their manky legs. Huffing and puffing, the robbers began the long and treacherous climb down the cliff. It took ages, and Billy Williams slipped on an empty crisp packet and nearly went a-tumbling, but somehow they made it to the bottom. Picking their way over the sharp black rocks, they were soon at Smuggler's Cove, and in they crept, like bad dreams into a postman's head. It was cold and damp inside the cave.
A crab wept with loneliness on the stony floor, and a monstrous eel pushed its head out of the hole of the wall and went, "An albatross squawked mournfully in the gloom, and the wolves and vultures sat on the— OK, there weren't any wolves and vultures, but it still wasn't very nice. It was a cursed place was Smuggler's Cove, miserable and lonesome and isolated from all civilization. They were so isolated that there was only one black and white TV. Billy William turned it on. "Good," said Mr. Gum with satisfaction. "It's leg mash." Leg mash was Mr. Gum's new favourite programme. It showed people breaking their legs in real accidents, so it was just his type of thing. Billy William started a fire by lighting his own farts, and together the robbers settled down to await the arrival of Monsieur Bellybutton. It had been a long night, and presently they began to doze off. "Just think," yawned Mr. Gum. "This time tomorrow we'll be kicking it up in France and smashing things in." "Yeah," yawned Billy William, "and throwing entrails all over Paris and—" "Billy," said Mr. Gum sleepily, "make sure the lid's put down tight on that tin, me old flip-flop. We don't want none of that money escaping." "You do it," yawned Billy William. "I'm getting some kip." The biscuit tin lay at the cave entrance, its lid half on and half off. After a while, a banknote got caught up on the wind and went flying out from the cave, but the robbers didn't notice. They were sound asleep, dreaming of mucking up France.